So today I'm going to do a comparison of two figures of the same character from two different figure makers. And we also have Ryobot here. This is also Black Getter Robo, and it is definitely the weakest of the three. So I'm not even going to bother with that one. It's certainly not the worst Ryobot figure I've seen, but not great. So I'm not even sure now who I'm going to award it to, because if someone was unfamiliar with this character, this robot, I'm sure they would find the CCS Toys figure far more dramatic than the very simple design of the Carbotics figure. And you could see this has tons of detailing in here. We even have some interesting little gimmicks like this. So it's got that stuff. It has light up features. Now the light up features are all over the place, and some of them you even have to take panels off in order to activate them. And at some point I'm going to go through here and I'm going to take out all the batteries, because there's batteries all through here. It lights up here, 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 down here, all over the place. Even in the arms here. So there's batteries everywhere. The Carbotics has one battery in the back. Although when this is all lit up, it looks more dramatic, but I also had issues with them not lighting up. So I'm not sure what was going on there, and that was like right out of the box. This figure has fully articulated fingers. It just has, it's taller. So much going on in here. Look at all the detailing in here. It's a little dusty. I need to dust it. But it's also way heavy. It is ridiculously heavy. I think that the recent Mazinkaiser figure that came out was listed at nearly 3 pounds, and I'm going to assume that this is probably in that vicinity. This is certainly a heavy figure. You know, it has the weight of a high-end figure, but it is not nearly as heavy as this, but it's not as big. There is a lot of die cast in here. For stability, this figure certainly is more stable. This is not unstable, but it is less stable. This one's a little bit top heavy, although they put a lot of weight down here. I've never had one of these topple over, and I would fear if they did, because there could be damage. Now, what is the biggest difference between these two? Because they look nothing alike. So how can they be the same robot when they look nothing alike? And the reason, I would say, well, let me step back for a second. When I got this figure, and I knew what it looked like when I purchased it, I was wondering, I was like, well, wait a second. This looks nothing like the anime robot. So I thought, well, maybe there's a manga version that looks like this, but I could not find anything. So I think the obvious reason that it looks like this is because they repurposed the body of Shin Getter Robo, and you know, I mean, it looks also like the Ryobot figure. Okay, they look very similar, and I would say that it's the exact same thing, which is that they repurposed the existing body that they have, whereas Carbotics here, I'm sorry, Blitzway, they created one that was intended to be anime accurate. And so this is something I showed the other day, which is, this is what it looks like in the anime. It looks like this. So that's a big point taken away from this, because it's completely not anime accurate. We have on Big Bad Toy Store 3 figures that are selling. So we have the one I have, 1x30, which again is almost assuredly repurposed from Shin Getter Robo. And then we have one by SkyX Studios, which has more detailing, but it looks a lot more like the anime version. So which one is better? it is really, really, really hard for me to say, because anime accuracy, I think, is important, and it's really difficult because this is such an amazing figure, and I don't even remember if in the anime it has these arm things, these spikes. I can't remember. It might have them. So for detailing, yes, this is absolutely, and it's more expensive. This is about $360. This was $280 on Big Bad Toy Store, but it was selling for slightly over $200 in Japan. So I gotta give this to Blitzway because of the fact that it's anime accurate. That looking at it on a shelf, if you know the character, if you know the figure, you're gonna recognize it. This, if you wouldn't even know that it's the same robot from Get a Robo Armageddon, because it looks nothing like it, even though it is an extremely I would say, as an impressive figure, I would say this is better, even though I kind of not loving the fact that the light up features are so difficult to get all lit up, and this is much easier. But the lack of anime accuracy, so it really depends on what you want. If you just want an amazing figure on your shelf, this probably is the one. I do love the matte finish on here. I love the simplicity of it. I love how clean it is. And I don't mean like lacking dust like this has. I mean just the clean lines and everything on here. So I'm going to go with the Blitzway version, simply because it's more accurate, and it's just a gorgeous figure. They're both gorgeous, but this one really looks unique. So that's my comparison. I'm going to give the award to Blitzway, but it's close. CCS Toys always produces incredible quality.